be advised that no smoking or alcoholic beverages are permitted on campus of Norristown area high school. No food or drink are allowed in the building at any time. The convenience, tables, sessions, and restrooms are located in the lobby. The bars of the regulations for noise makers and signs are not permitted at today's lobby. We thank you for your attendance. Please enjoy the meeting. At this time, please ask that you remove your hats and bras for the play of our national anthem. Number 13, Taylor Flores.
Just the
Number 23, Elisa Fleming. Number 24, Elisa Cunningham. And number 25, Taylor Smith. One to go by one right.
Well, good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the Norristown Area High School Gymnasium as the visiting Knights of Academy Park taking on the Norristown Eagles tonight. I'm Ian Morris, pleased to be with you this evening as the Norristown Eagles look to get off the schneid as they are 0-1, lost to PW on Friday night 48-10. And they'll look to try to right the ship here against Academy Park. Set for the jump ball. Dominique Mansfield jumps for Norristown. Academy Park wins the tap, and they're going to end up with a layup, but is no good. As it was Taylor Smith missed the layup, but Academy Park retains possession of the basketball. As they swing the ball around the key, Norristown plays 2-3 zone. And they try to get it inside to number 23, Anissa Fleming. Fleming back outside. 3 ball is good for Taylor Smith from the left corner. And Academy Park out to an early 3-0 lead. Now Norristown with a basketball. Wide open 3 for Schools. No good. Rebound tackled for. It's Taj Wright. Battles for it. Comes down to number 14, Mari Wise. That's no good. Now Brookheim, another offensive possession for Norristown. And she'll pump one from outside, in and out. And rebound down to Academy Park as they'll look to push and build on their 3-0 lead. As the ball swung around the outside, now Academy Park will set up in the corner. Another 3, another bucket for Gabrielle Jackson as Academy Park has come out red hot to start, and they're out to a 6-0 lead against the Eagles. So Brookheim's got a wide open 3. It's up. It is no good. She gets her own rebound. Gives it up to Mari Wise, and Norristown will set back up again as they've come out cold shooting 0 for 4 to start. Now Wise inside. Layup good. Dominique Mansfield on a feed from Wise. And Norristown is on the scoreboard. It is 6-2 Academy Park. Knights come into the Knights matchup 0-2. They lost by 10 points to Strathaven a few nights ago and by 20 to Pennsburg. Ball slapped out of bounds. Academy Park will maintain possession of the basketball. Baseline left. Flores will inbound the basketball for the Knights. And it's going to go outside to the point guard, Gabrielle Jackson. And it's going to be thrown away. And now kicked out of bounds by number 14, Amari Wise. It'll be Academy Park basketball. Good hustle by Wise there as an errant inbound pass nearly cost the Knights a bucket. So it's Gabrielle Jackson running the point for Academy Park. Norristown in their 2-3 zone. And looks like Taylor Flores takes the ball to the hoop, hit with the body by Schools, and she's going to go to the line for a couple. Fouls on Schools, her first, team first. Flores at the line, first free throw is up and good. And Norristown in this 2-3 zone is going to have to find a way to close those gaps as they've let up some easy looks for Academy Park and they've taken advantage. 2 of 2 for Flores at the free throw line. It is an 8-2 Academy Park lead. Mari Wise with the basketball. Throws to Schools, and it's going to be stolen. Gabrielle Jackson with the steal. Left-hand layup is up and good. And just like that, Academy Park is out to a 10-2 lead, barely 2 minutes into this basketball game. And now they're struggling to get the ball in. And fortunately, Brookheim realizes what's going on, turns around, and helps out her teammate. So Norristown in desperate need of a field goal as they are in an 8-point deficit early. As it's Schools at the top of the key. They'll look to get the ball to Brookheim. Heim. 3 at the top of the corner is going to be way short. As Mansfield short on the 3 from the top of the key. Out of bounds and belong to Academy Park. Certainly doesn't look like a team that is 0-2 Academy Park and a team that's lost by a combined 30 points this year. They look pretty confident. They're playing very confident right now. So some chatter on the Norristown bench to try to get their defensive help going. In the corners, Fleming. Fleming puts the ball on the field, finds it into Mansfield, up and no good. So that was Taylor Smith. Taylor Smith on the layup. No good, but she was fouled, and she'll go to the free throw line for 2 free throws. Second team foul on Norristown. And Taylor Smith's first free throw is up, and it is good. No good on the second free throw. Norristown gets the rebound, and they'll look to push as Amari Wise, the sophomore point guard, leads the Eagles into their offense. Wise finds Schools in the corner. Schools inside. Back outside to Wise. Wise finds Brookheim. As the Norristown motion offense trying to get some open looks here. And they're going to use a pick from Brookheim. Emily Schools has her pocket picked. And another steal for Academy Park, but a trip by Wise on Gabrielle Jackson is going to lead to the third Norristown foul. No free throws, but once again an inefficient offensive possession for the Eagles, as they are in a 9-point hole just about halfway through this first quarter. Little Flores inbounding the ball, and she finds a wide open Taylor Smith on a little curl move. An easy bucket for Academy Park, and is now 13-2 Knights. Schools in the corner, thought about three, now comes out to Brookheim. And nearly traveled, now back to Schools. Low pass, she corrals it. Schools puts the ball on the floor, it's tipped from behind. Comes back out now to Mansfield. Mansfield to Wise. Wise finds Brookheim. Now they get it inside. Mansfield up, no good. Rebound Academy Park. And the cold shooting hand for Norristown continues. Gabrielle Jackson gives it up to her teammate Cunningham. We're going to have a traveling violation, as Jackson gave it to her teammate Cunningham in a little precarious position there. Led to the turnover for the Knights. First turnover for Academy Park. If you're just joining us, it's been all Academy Park early. We have 3:32 to play in the first quarter, and it is a 13-2 Knight lead over the Eagles. Janiyah Thomas with the basketball, hands off to Schools. Schools running right-hander, no good. Rebound comes down to Academy Park. And it certainly looks like they're going to look to run tonight, as trying to go coast to coast was Flores. She couldn't get the layup to fall, and it's Norristown with a rebound. Brookheim gets the rebound, but she throws it away. Another turnover for Norristown. Now an open three in the corner. Up, no good. Offensive rebound, Knights. Taylor Smith inside to Cunningham. Cunningham up, no good. Norristown corrals the rebound. And now they'll look to push. Not many whistles so far. Schools is in the corner. She's got an open three and thought twice, as the twin sisters are out there, see if they can get something going offensively here. As they go, we get it inside. On the layup is Dominique Mansfield on a terrific feed by Brookheim. And that ends a field goal drought for Norristown as they trail by 9, 13-4. So here's Jackson with the basketball. She finds Smith. Long three, no good. And rebound comes down to Mansfield. Now Norristown try to build a little run for themselves. They trail by 9. One school sets a pick for another school. She's up, no good. It's stripped, as the active hands by Academy Park calls in fits for the Eagles early. And we're going to have a jump ball. Norristown will maintain possession of the basketball. Some substitutions on both sides. So Brookheim will inbound the basketball for the Eagles, baseline left. She finds Schools in the corner. Three, up, no good. And it is Jackson looking to push. And not getting the layup to fall was Lachey Jackson. And now Norristown. Schools on the run, nearly traveled, then lost it. And we're going to have another jump ball. It's going to be Academy Park basketball now on the alternate possession. As again, the active hands of the Knights causing fits for the Eagles. As Wise is going to check back into the game for Emily Schools. It looked like Norristown was setting up a press. I think they were misunderstood who had possession of the basketball. It is Knights basketball, as we are under 2 minutes to play here in the first. Gabrielle Jackson finds Lachey Jackson. Cross-court pass. And losing the ball out of bounds was Taylor Flores, as she pump fake and dribbled the ball out of bounds. And a couple empty possessions by Academy Park has given the Eagles an opportunity to get back in this game, but they have struggled on the offensive end. So Amari Wise with the basketball. as the Eagles set up their offense. Ashley Schools finds Brookheim at the top of the key. She's got a wide open three. It is up. It is no good. And once again, Norristown just can't seem to get anything to fall right now. And they're getting good looks. And these are shots I've seen these girls make throughout the course of their careers. But right now, seems like there's a lid on the bucket for the Eagles. Another jump ball, alternate arrow, will be in the favor of the Eagles, as another good pass by Brookheim as she found Tiana Bird, but Bird couldn't get the layup to fall. Now Academy Park with numbers. Inside. 2 points for Lysay Jackson, as a 2-on-1 executed very effectively by the Knights, and they have reclaimed their 11-point lead. It is 15-4. We are under a minute to play here in the first. Brookheim finds Bird. Ball stolen again, as it is Gabrielle Jackson. She'll look to take it, and she is hacked. Hard foul by Ashley Schools to prevent the layup, but another steal by the diminutive point guard for the Knights, and she'll go to the free throw line. The fourth team foul on the Eagles. Academy Park has yet to commit a team foul. The lefty settles in, buries the first. Second free throw for Jackson is up, and it is also good. And it is now a 17-4 Knight lead. And they're going to put on some pressure here in the final minute of the first half. Amari Wise able to use her dribbling and speed to get an open look in the corner. That's going to be off the top of the backboard, but Schools gets the layup. Can't get it to go, but she will go to the line, as oftentimes long shots that don't connect well or give the offense an opportunity to gain possession of the basketball, and Schools was able to corral that rebound off the top of the backboard, and she'll have a chance to add a couple more points to the scoreboard for the Eagles. First free throw up and no good. Again, some more substitutions on both sides. School's second free throw is up, and it is good. It is now a 17-5 Academy Park lead. As we'll see if they decide to hold for one possession. In the corner where the basketball is Thomas. Thomas to Flores. Flores to Jackson. As they're working a ball around the perimeter. Now they're going to make an offensive move, and they're going to get another trip to the free throw line. As it was Taylor Smith who drove baseline. Foul by Wise is be rewarded with a couple more free throws from the charity stripe. Smith's free throw is up and no good. But the only area the Knights have struggled so far tonight is at the free throw line, as they've missed their fair share, as this 12-point lead could be even more. 0 for 2 from the line. Norristown gets the rebound, and they may have an opportunity, but they throw it away again. Careless pass by Norristown is going to give the Knights an opportunity to run this clock down here, although Jackson, in no particular plans of slowing down, takes it strong to the hole, gets the layup to go, and a foul. And Gabrielle Jackson, the do-it-all point guard for the Academy Park Knights, has certainly done a lot this first period, as she is one free throw away from giving the Knights a 15-point lead here to close out this first quarter. The old-fashioned three-pointer. 20-5 Knights. Brookheim inbounds. She gets it back. There's under 4 seconds to play. She's going to have to throw up a prayer. It is up, and it is no good. Couldn't get it to go. So the first quarter ends just the way it begins, as Norristown an empty offensive possession as they struggle mightily from the field in the first quarter. But a very good quarter for the Academy Park girls, as they were able to bury a couple early threes to get Norristown in a hole. As we head to the end of the first, 20-5 Knights. just about ready to start this second quarter. Knights with a 15-point lead. And they'll look to try to extend this lead. As Gabrielle Jackson, who has certainly made an impact early on, thought about a three, but she gives it up. And ball's kicked out of bounds, last touched by the Eagles. And it'll be Knight basketball. Taylor Florist inbound for the Knights. As in the corner was Sierra Thomas. It's now a 16-footer for Flores is no good. Rebound comes down to Wise. And now Norristown in desperate need of a field goal to try to get back in this ball game, as they struggled mightily offensively on Friday, and they are continuing their struggles here tonight. Brookheim with the basketball finds Emily Schools. Schools, a three at the top of the corner. Got it to go. Emily Schools is the first three for Norristown. Cuts it down to a 12-point lead. 20-8, 7:16 to play in the second quarter. Now Gabrielle Jackson. She's going to try a three of her own off the window and in. Not sure if she called it, but the bank is open for Gabrielle Jackson, who can do nothing wrong here early on. And the ball is nearly stolen. Now Brookheim bails out her teammate. Now another three, but it's going to be no good for Emily Schools. She will go to the line as she was hit on the follow-through, and she will get 3 free throws. So Schools may be feeling the hot hand after she saw one go in. Sometimes as a shooter, all you need to see is that first one go in, and the confidence builds. See how she is here from the free throw line as the first free throw is up, and it is no good. And the struggles continue from Norristown on the offensive end. Second free throw is good. One of 3 for Schools at the line, and it is a 14-point Knight lead. Gabrielle Jackson with the basketball to Lachey Jackson. Cross corner to Flores. Flores' three is no good, and ball's last touched by the Knights, and it'll be Eagle basketball. So looks like some man-to-man full-court press here. Try to get the Eagles to turn the ball over. But a good pass to Tiana Bird and easily broken by the Eagles. But now we're going to have almost another turn. Now we're going to have a travel. Yeah, I was going to say when she went to the floor, referee's a little late with a whistle, but they did get that call right. As Janiah Thomas, the freshman, was unable to dish the ball off to Brookheim before she fell and traveled with the basketball. 6:25 to play in the second quarter. And a 3 for the Knights and a layup for the Knights is no good. 23-9. And a foul now as Lachey Jackson put a little too much pressure on the Eagles. Second team foul for the Knights. And again, the Eagles will inbound the basketball right in front of their bench. Brookheim. Throws cross court to Janiah Thomas. Thomas finds Schools, and the Eagles set up their offense. As they're looking for Wise coming off a screen. Wise with the basketball, nearly lost it. Now getting a pick from Heim. Uses that pick. Academy Park switches. Now Schools guarded well by Gabrielle Jackson. Now a three at the top of the key, and that is up and good. Amari Wise on the three is an excellently run offensive set by Norristown results in a good look and a 3-point field goal, and it is now an 11-point lead. 3 ball, no good from the corner. Academy Park, first to the basketball. They'll get another shot. And now Jackson, the ball to the hoop. Thought might get a jump ball, but looks like hand was on the wrist. And it's going to be another team foul on Norristown. Foul's on Amari Wise. That is also the 7th team foul for Norristown. So they will be shooting free throws from this point forward to the end of the half. Jackson's first free throw is up and no good. And again, some substitutions on both sides. Get some fresh bodies in there. Lachey Jackson, the southpaw. Second free throw is up, and it is good. 24-12. 5:24 to play here in the second quarter. Brookheim inbounds to Schools. And the token pressure is broken easily by Norristown as it's Mansfield with the basketball, and she double-dribbled. Gave the ball to a girl not normally accustomed to handing the ball that far away from the basket. Sometimes mistakes happen, and a little mental error there by Mansfield results in a turnover for Norristown. So just when they get something going offensively, you take 2 steps forward, 2 steps back. And now Flores, her jump shot is no good, and it's going to be Janiah Thomas with some excellent work on the defensive boards there to clear for the Eagles. Now Schools to her sister, to Brookheim. Thought about the 3. Now she's going to take it to the hoop. Can't get the layup to go, but she will go to the line, much to the confusement of Anissa Fleming, who thinks there was no foul at all. Nevertheless, Brookheim is going to be at the free throw line shooting a pair. She can try to cut it to a 10-point lead should she make both. Heim's first free throw is up and good. In and out on the second. However, Norristown is able to corral the rebound, and they're going to get another look. A 3 in the corner from Schools is up and no good, but another rebound by Norristown. And that looks like Janiah Thomas, very active on the offensive boards there, is going to get the Eagles another opportunity to try to cut into this lead. So Janiah Thomas, a couple offensive rebounds in a row there. Got her mates a couple extra looks. She buries the first free throw. Steps off the line. Now she's ready to go. Second free throw is up, and it is no good. However, the Eagles nearly corralled another one. Well, we're going to have a reach-in foul. That's not one you want to see. 60 feet away from the basket is a careless reach-in foul by Norristown. Is going to get Gabrielle Jackson a 1-on-1 from the free throw line. So Norristown in the second quarter looked a little bit better offensively. This get some decent looks, not turning the ball over quite as much. First free throw is up and no good, and Norristown's going to get another opportunity to cut into this 10-point deficit. They got Schools in the corner. She's going to take it baseline. Layup is rejected by Jackson. She gets it back. Now Schools. Another 3. Got it. Emily Schools from the corner for 3, and Norristown closer than they've been in some time, now trailing 24-17 midway through this second quarter. And it looks like Lachey Jackson might have got away with a walk, and nevertheless, the Knights lose the basketball out of bounds, and Norristown with a little bit of momentum now. The Knights are going to pick up full court pressure, trying to pressure Norristown and then turning the ball over. And it's Brookheim who's going to inbound the basketball, looking for a teammate. Finds Schools up. We're going to have a timeout first, called by Rich Fisher, as he didn't like what he saw there. And he's going to talk to the girls for a minute here and try to devise a plan to break this pesky Knight defense. So with 4:10 to play here in the second quarter, the Knights lead 24-17. So out of the timeout, Norristown trailing by 7 with 4 minutes and change here to play in the second quarter. Brookheim gets it to Emily Schools, and she'll break the press herself as she is guarded closely by Lachey Jackson. Nearly turned the corner on her. Now they're going to try to trap. She finds Brooke Heim. Brooke, a little crossover, 16-footer up, no good. But rebound is underneath, and looks like we're going to have a jump ball, and not sure which way the arrow's going here. And it's going to stay Eagle basketball, as it's the offensive rebounding of the Eagles this second quarter that's given them an opportunity to get back into this game. Brooke Heim inbounding baseline right. And she finds Janiah Thomas. Thomas to Bird. Now back to Schools, top of the key. She finds her sister in the corner. Open three. Up, in and out, as that was halfway down, but just didn't fall. A little bit unlucky there for the Eagles. 3:30 to play as they try to get it inside to Cunningham. And trying to draw the foul, but unable to, was Thomas. Ball's last touch by the Eagles would be Knight basketball. And a quick substitution as head coach Rich Fisher puts Mansfield back into the game in place for Tiana Bird. And successfully inbounding the basketball now on the Knights as they'll get their offense underway. As it is Anissa Fleming. Jackson, top of the key, three, up, off the window, no good. Rebound comes down to number 23, Fleming. That is no good. Now it's Norristown with a rebound. And all of a sudden it's the Knights who've gone a little bit cold here in the second quarter. Schools to Brooke Heim. Now Brooke Heim, guarded by Taylor Smith, nearly threw it away. Schools still has the ball. She finds her sister in the corner. And a running one-hander, no good. But Brooke Heim on the offensive boards, up and in. Yeoman effort by the Eagles in the offensive boards this second quarter, as they are now within 5 at 24-19 when they trailed by as many as 15 late in the first quarter. Jackson in the corner, and off the side of the backboard, Anissa Fleming misses. Another offensive rebound for the Knights, and they're going to get another look as Jackson brings it back out. She finds her teammate again off the window. A three for Taylor Smith. And I certainly don't think that was intentional, but again, the second three to go off the backboard for the Knights. Better to be lucky than good sometimes, I guess. Not to say that Cunningham isn't a good player, but clearly a little bit of luck there. And really 2 threes that normally probably wouldn't have gone in. And Eagles have certainly had their fair share of balls looked like they were about to fall that did not. Nevertheless, we got 2:15 to play in the second quarter. It's an 8-point Knight lead. So Norristown will be inbounding the basketball, baseline right, and once again the Knights are going to put on some pressure here, and nearly results in a turnover as deflecting the ball out of bounds was Gabrielle Jackson. So we'll do it all over again. As Brooke Heim again look for somebody to inbound the basketball to, finds Schools in the corner. Schools as they look to try to trap, but Brooke Heim, who is power forward, can also dribble the basketball. Quite a benefit to a coach. A lot of options when you got a player like that. So now Norristown will set up as it's Ashley Schools with the basketball to her sister Emily. To Brooke Heim, top of the key. Heim, back to Schools. And Norristown, as we're under 2 minutes to play, trailed by as many as 15, got it down to 5, but a three-pointer off the window has extended the lead to 8. Now Schools layup, no good. And we're going to have another jump ball About the fifth one of those so far this half. And this time, it'll be Academy Park's basketball. We got 1:34 to play. It's a 27-19 Academy Park lead over the Norristown Eagles. As Gabrielle Jackson, who has been the do-it-all player so far for Academy Park today, gives it off to her teammate. Lachey Jackson, she misses a three, but the ball is last touched by Norristown, and another opportunity for the Knights. What's gotten Norristown back into this game is their offensive rebounding. If they could do it at both ends here, and we could be in for an exciting finish. Inbound, up. Oh, they thought it was a clean block, but we're going to have a foul as Taylor Smith took the ball strong to the hoop, and I think at least the Norristown bench thought it was a clean block, but the one that counts, the man in stripes, thought otherwise. And it'll be a couple of free throws for Taylor Smith. So two free throws for Taylor Smith. First free throw is up and good. And looks like she got some family on hand, as every time 2-5 in blue does something good, you hear it from the stands. Smith's second free throw is up, and it is also good. And it's back to a 10-point lead for Academy Park, as Norristown's got to try to get something going to get some momentum for this second half. They've played a much better quarter this one than the first. Now Schools gets a pick. Three, though, is short. It's going to be Jackson who gets the rebound for Academy Park, and now another foul by Norristown in the backcourt is going to send the point guard for Academy Park back to the free throw line, where she has lived so far this first half. Fouls on Janiah Thomas. That's her second, team 10th. And free throws up and good, and with the 10th free throw, we go from 1-1 to shooting 2. Regardless, Jackson buries the first. Jackson's second free throw is up, and that is also good. And it is now a 31-19 lead for Academy Park, as this has been a game of swings on both sides, and certainly it is old momentum's in favor of the Knights right now. Now Emily Schools. It's just some token pressure there as they get a pick from Mansfield, and the ball is tapped out of bounds. And it's going to be Eagles basketball. I see number 3 there for the Eagles. I don't have a roster number 3 here for the Eagles. And now Schools. Finds Bird. Bird back to the top of the key. And the ball is kicked out of bounds. It's going to be Academy Park basketball. As another careless turnover by the Eagles. And with 45.3 seconds left, what was a 5-point game just a couple minutes ago is now ballooned to a 12-point lead for the Knights of Academy Park. And we're going to have a timeout, as Ron Bright is going to call a 30-second timeout to talk about the last 34 seconds of this quarter, see how he's going to run things, see if they decide to hold for one. Eagles got off to a slow start tonight, as had a lot of difficulty getting any shots to fall despite some decent looks. But they have played better this second quarter. But again, some empty offensive possessions and some turnovers and some free throw shooting, and we'll say some decent luck for Academy Park, as a couple of three balls off the window has resulted in what is a 12-point lead as Academy Park looks to build on this lead with just 33 seconds to play here in the second quarter. In the corners, Fleming to Jackson. It looks like they're going to work the ball around the perimeter right now. 20 seconds to play, nearly thrown away, but Flores is able to come down with it. Now, a running layup by Taylor Smith as there was some contact there. And we have 6 seconds left to play. Scholes in the corner. She's going to have to get it up. She throws up a prayer, can't get it to go, and that's how this second quarter and first half is going to end, as Academy Park answers the Eagles' little run with a run of their own, and we will head to halftime with a 33-19 Academy Park lead over your Norristown Eagles. And we are just about ready to get underway here in this third quarter as Norristown will get the first possession of the third, and it's Brookheim with the basketball. Norristown trails by 14, 33-19, and a running left-hand hook shot by Emily Scholes, and a nice start for Norristown in this third quarter as they'll try to cut into this Academy Park lead as they led from start to finish. So Academy Park swings the ball around. They get an open three for Flores. That is no good. Norristown with a rebound. And getting bumped was Amari Wise. And it'll be the first team foul here for Academy Park. No pressure by the Knights here, it looks like, to start, as they did try to put a little bit of pressure on the Eagles in the first half, make it at least difficult for them to get the ball up the court. Norristown was largely successful breaking that press. And here we go as Emily Scholes with the basketball to Wise. Wise to Brookheim. And Brookheim is going to try to do it herself. She finds Wise at the top of the key. The three is no good. That would have helped. So a good look for Wise at the top of the key. Couldn't get it to fall. And now Gabrielle Jackson takes the ball to the hoop, and she's going to get a foul called, and Emily Scholes can't believe it. Neither can some people in the crowd. And very upset head coach Richard Fisher, as he's not sure what the Zebras were looking out there, but it'll be night basketball as they will inbound baseline right. See if that makeup call comes back here to help Norristown later on in this quarter or the fourth. So Flores off the inbounds play. The three is woefully short. Norristown gets the floorboard. And now it is Amari Wise who pushes the ball for Norristown. They trail by 12, 33-21. Brookheim, three, up, no good. Rebound. Very aggressive rebound. Taken away. And that looks like Janiah Thomas in a sea of bodies that I'm trying to see through. And it was Janiah Thomas who just wanted it more than everybody else, and she at least got the foul called on the Knights, and Norristown will get another chance. 6:41 to play here in the third. Off the inbound, it's Wise. She's got an open three. It's going to be short. Brookheim, she's up. She gets the offensive rebound. She goes up and in. And Brookheim, once again active on the offensive boards, has cut this lead to 10, 33-23, 6:26 to play. And as we've seen all night, when Academy Park needs a basket, who do they go to? They go to their point guard, Gabrielle Jackson, but she gives it up. They find Flores. Her layup is short, and Norristown not very aggressive, but they do get the rebound. And now a chance to cut this to single digits as Emily Scholes with the basketball. As she gets it to the corner, Wise for three. No good. Brookheim beaten to the basketball by number 25, Taylor Smith in Academy Park. Looks like it's going to be a turnover. Norristown gets the basketball. Schools hit from behind. Can't get it to go, but she will go to the free throw line. As excellent hustle by Amari Wise went to the floor to get the basketball, found a teammate in Emily Schools. Emily pulled up from about 14 feet. Couldn't get the bucket to go, but she will go to the free throw line for a couple. And some positive things for Norristown here in this third quarter. First free throw is up and no good. And again, Norristown has struggled from the free throw line and missed some opportunities to cut into this night lead. 1 of 2 for Emily Schools and a 9-point lead for the Knights. And nearly a turnover again as Jackson took her eye off the ball. She got it to Flores. Flores, top of the key. Taylor Smith, her three is up, no good. The rebound comes down to Brookheim. And Brookheim gives it up to Mansfield, and now Schools will look to push. She's fine Wise. Wise going to take it to the hoop, and she is crushed and hit hard. And down to the floor she goes in a little bit of pain as she fell awkwardly, but it looks like she's going to get up. And no need for Mr. Flynn as he got off his seat for the first time all night. But it looks like just a hard foul as Amari Wise, who's played an excellent third quarter so far and largely responsible for getting the Eagles back in this game. 4th team foul already on Academy Park. Just 3 fouls away from the Eagles shooting free throws as they try to get it inside, but they throw it away. As Emily Schools forced the pass inside to Brookheim, couldn't get it to go. And another turnover on the Eagles. So Norristown putting a little pressure of their own now on Academy Park, but it's Taylor Smith who comes to save the day for the Knights, and now running right-hander is no good. Rebound comes down back, and we're going to have another jump ball as the putback by Fleming is now wedged in between the iron and the backboard, and they're trying to get somebody up there to get it. And it looks like head coach, yeah, there he goes. Head coach Ron Bright, who was able to get up and get that ball out of there. And it's going to be Academy Park basketball as it results in a jump ball. As Cy Evans checks into the game now for the Eagles. Jackson inbounds the basketball for the Knights. Gets it back. 3 from the corner. No good. Rebound. Comes down to Fleming. Fleming back up. No good. Rebound comes down to Norristown. But taken away. And the running left-hander, I should say, from Gabrielle Jackson was no good as she anticipated the pass. And a little sneaky guard was able to get in. And at least she'll get 2 free throws and try to get the first points of the second half for the Knights, who've gone scoreless so far in this third quarter. Free throws up and good. And what looked like Norristown going to get an opportunity to cut into that 9-point lead. Instead, with that steal and this potential free throw, could be a 4-point swing as Jackson has been the answer for Academy Park so far this evening. Her second free throw is up, and that is in and out. Norristown comes down with a rebound. Tiana Bird dishes off to Wise. Now Wise, who's played an excellent third quarter so far, will get the Eagles offense running. She gets a pick from Heim. Now she rolls, nearly throws it away, and she caught Taylor Smith right in the face. Now Brookheim on a good feed from Wise. Pump fake, but we're going to have a travel. And I'd have to look at that again. I thought it was a decent pump fake by Brookheim, but the referee thought otherwise, and it's going to be a travel. And it looked like she kept her foot on the ground, but maybe too good of a pump fake by Brookheim. And again, another turnover for Norristown. Now Jackson. As the 3 from Taylor Smith is an air ball. And it'll be the Norristown Eagles basketball. And now the Knights do churn out some pressure here as they find Tiana Bird. And she gives it up to Wise. And now the Eagles will set up in the corner, as that ball might have been deflected. But it's going to be Knights coming down with the basketball. Now Gabrielle Jackson looks to push. Gives it up to her teammate, but throws it a little bit too high. Intended for Lachey Jackson, but a little too tall for the small point guard. Now Brookheim gives it up to Wise. Wise will cross the timeline as we are about halfway through this third quarter. It is a 10-point Knight lead. Now Schools look to take it to the hoop, and she is rejected. Rejected by Lachey Jackson. But it will stay Norristown basketball. Now Brookheim inbounds the basketball, finds Wise. Wise between the legs, looking to try to set up something. Or she's going to take her one-on-one, not sure here. As maybe they're going to look and wait for a pick. Just some dribbling here at the top of the key. Not much motion in the offense. And she nearly got her pocket pick, but she is able to get it back. And now she's going to take it strong to the hoop, but she's bumped before the shot. And trying to recover on the play was Lachey Jackson, who nearly picked her pocket earlier, but she'll be responsible for the foul. Just her second foul, but it is the 15th foul on Academy Park. And this could be trouble for the Knights as this game progresses. So off the inbound, Brookheim finds Wise. Wise looks inside the high, but another steal as Taylor Smith reached around Brookheim. And she's looking to go coast to coast, but now she'll have to give it up. And she does, as now it's Jackson and the right-hander, no good. Floorboard comes down to Amari Wise, and they're going to trap her. And we're going to have another jump ball. And jump ball, arrow in possession in favor of Norristown. As a few empty trips now by Norristown as they've been unable to kind of cut into this lead. It's hovered around 10, 12 points much of the game. Now Brookheim in the corner, gives off to Schools. Schools, 16-footer, can't get it to go. Rebound comes down to Bird. Now Bird back to Schools. Schools stalled about 3. Now she gives it off to Wise, and Norristown will set up their offense again. Under 3 minutes to play. 34-24. Academy Park leads. They've led the whole way. Now Say Evans, running right-hander, can't get it to go. It was deflected, and it'll stay Eagle basketball. And we're going to get a timeout as a very upset Richard Fisher is going to talk to his ladies and try to get them going here offensively, as they've been able to cut the lead down to 10. But again, the Knights have kept them at bay pretty much this entire game. So coming out of the timeout, we got 2:42 to play here in this third quarter. As we had a late start tonight, JV game ran a little bit late. So we're here a little later than we expected, but if we got to be here, we might as well go home happy. So if the Eagles can make up a 10-point deficit, that certainly would be possible. So now Janiah Thomas, who's been very aggressive on the defensive and offensive boards tonight. Hands off to Wise. Wise, ball's deflected out of bounds. Last touch by Lachey Jackson. And it'll be Eagle basketball. And Brookheim will inbound the basketball for the Eagles as she finds Schools in the corner. Schools guarded by Jackson. Looks like she was going to get a pick from Wise, but now Schools trying to get the ball to Wise. Does get that pick. They switch. And now they throw it inside. And somehow getting that to go was Janiah Thomas. Little English off the window and a good field goal for the Eagles. And it's now 34-26 Knights. 2:06 to play. Fleming at the elbow. Finds Sierra Thomas. Now to Jackson. Or sorry, that was Taylor Smith. Now it's Jackson with the basketball, and she loses it. Now the Eagles have it, and they nearly throw it away again. And saving it inbounds was Jackson, but she saved it to number 32, Janiyah Thomas. So now Norristown with another opportunity to get closer. Wise inside, up underneath, can't get it to go is Janiyah Thomas, but she will go to the free throw line. As Wise has been the spark plug so far in this third quarter for the Eagles, getting their teammates involved. And Norristown has really, after sleepwalking through the first quarter, has looked much better in the second and third quarter of this game. Just imagine if they would have got off to a decent start where we're staying right now. But nevertheless, they're still in this game, only down 8. And once again, the Eagles struggle from the free throw line as Thomas can't get the first one to go. And some substitutions now as Kiesa Cunningham comes in for Fleming. Second free throw is up and good, and once again, Norristown closer than they've been in some time, 34-27, a 7-point deficit. We got $1:30 to play here in the third quarter as it's Jackson in the corner to Thomas. And Norristown tries to set up a trap, and a layup underneath, no good. Air ball. Ball comes back down to Taylor Smith. Her three is up, no good. She tried to draw a foul, unable to. And once again, Norristown can continue to cut into this lead. Now Schools, a three. It is up, and it is no good. But another powerful offensive rebound by Thomas. Couldn't get it to go. But now getting control of the basketball is number 24, Kiesa Cunningham. As Norristown playing with much more heart and determination in this third quarter than they did earlier in this basketball game. So good effort, but a dry attempt or a dry trip there for the Eagles, as it is still a 7-point lead. As we are under a minute here to play in the third. Jackson gets a pick, crosses over, and we're going to get a little ticky-tack foul on Emily Schools, who again does not agree with the referee, but foul's called. Just the 14th foul on Norristown. And once again, Say Evans will come back into the game and spell Janiyah Thomas. So Jackson will inbound the basketball. And they try to get it underneath, and they do, and we're going to have a foul called, as that looked like a jump ball. But I think the refs are trying to get control of this game, as it is getting a little bit physical. Sometimes referees will call a little bit tighter when it gets physical. So another team foul on Norristown. They're grown to 16 fouls already. And now a three at the top of the key is no good. Jackson first to it. Knights will get another chance. Reaching in and trying to steal the ball with Schools. She couldn't, but we're going to have a charge the other way. As excellent defense, Say Evans sacrificed her body. And we got a charge on the Knights. And now the Eagles with 41.1 seconds left, trailing by 7. Look to get a little bit closer. Brookheim having some trouble finding somebody to throw to. Finally finds Emily Schools. And now Schools, and we have some stoppage here. Not sure what accounts for the stop. Oh, the clock never started. Looks like the clock never started. I've noticed a couple times that tonight, as maybe the later start here has affected the scorekeeper. And it looks like Ron Bright, head coach of Academy Park, trying to get the ball back down and underneath his basket and make the Eagles have to travel the 84 feet since the clock never started. And we'll see. They're going to have to come up with a ruling here at some point, as there are still 41.1 seconds left. And there's a discussion taking place here. And looks like Rich Fisher's going to use this time to talk to his girls. And we'll see if a decision's been reached here. This is taking longer than a Sunday night football review. Now we don't know if we have a technical issue here with the clock or what's going on. Up. It looks like it is functioning. It's set to 43 seconds right now. And now a discussion at midcourt, and Rich Fisher trying to get to the bottom of it. And it looks like they're going to run 2 seconds off the clock and give Norristown the basketball in their offensive end. So we're ready to go as Brookheim looks to inbound the basketball. As she finds Schools. Schools has a three. It is up. It is no good. But the rebound comes down to her sister. She can't get it to fall either. And again, the Eagles have gone a little bit cold here, as it is Taylor Smith now trying to go coast to coast. Can't get it to go. Offensive rebound comes down to number 24, Kyessa Cunningham. She is fouled, and that's going to be the 7th team foul on Norristown, and it's going to result in free throws for Cunningham. So 2 free throws for Kyessa Cunningham as she tries to extend this 7-point lead. Her first free throw is up, and it is off the window, no good. And the floorboard comes down to Brookheim. She sends it out to Ashley Schools. Now Ashley Schools with 16 seconds left, as Norristown should hold for one. And it looks like they will, as there's now 10 seconds left. Schools, top of the key, long three, up and in and out again. But it's Wise with a rebound, can't get it to go. And that's going to be the end of the quarter, as a couple of good looks again for Norristown, but unable to get it to fall. But they take a 14-point half-point deficit, and they cut it to 7. And we got 8 more minutes of basketball to play, and Norristown very much in this ball game. So we are just about ready to start this fourth quarter. It is a 7-point Knight lead, as the Knights will inbound the basketball. As gives it back to Taylor Smith. Smith back to Jackson. Jackson in the corner to Thomas. And a steal, as it's Emily Schools. Layup no good, but a foul. As some good defense by Emily Schools, as the Knights were a little lackadaisical and they're passing around the perimeter. And the Eagles with a chance to get closer they've been in some time. It is a 7-point deficit, 34-27. And a ton of time left in this basketball game. Schools' first free throw is up, and it is good. Second free throw up, no good. Rebound, we're going to have a foul. And a sarcastic clap by Brookheim is drawing the ire of the referee as an over-the-top foul. And he was not too happy with the sarcastic clap that Heim just gave. But it's going to be a 1-on-1 now for number 24, Kyessa Cunningham. Cunningham's free throw is up, and it is no good. Good box out by Brookheim. And here we go again. Norristown tries to cut into this lead. As Tiana Bird finds Schools. She had a wide open three. She passed it up. Now she's running. Can't get the 6-footer to go. And we're looking for a jump ball. We're going to get a jump ball, and it's going to be the Eagles basketball. So Cunningham had a bunch of Eagle hands reaching in there after the basketball. Couldn't find a teammate. And now Norristown's going to get another shot. Down by 6, 34-28. No, I don't know why the Knights would have the basketball. They got the ball to start this fourth quarter. I'm not sure what happened here. The Knights got the ball to start this quarter, which means the Eagles should have the basketball now. And again, we're having some issues there over the scoring table. Hopefully they're not tuning into this broadcast because they would be none too happy. Correction's been made. Eagles basketball, 7:26 to play in the fourth. Bruckheim inbounds the basketball, finds Emily Schools. Schools' three is up, can't get it to go. The rebound comes down to number 24, Kyessa Cunningham, and now the Knights will look to push. In the corner, Jackson. Guarded by Ashley Schools. And now a more deliberate offense by the Knights. I wonder if they're going to look to try to work some clock here, but they do get it underneath, and the ball is nearly thrown over the top of the backboard by number 25, Taylor Smith. And the head coach for Academy Park very upset with his senior power forward. But a foul on Norristown. As Bruckheim is now fouled out of the game, and that's going to be a blow for the Eagles. As Bruckheim normally plays just about every minute, she is upset right now. 15th foul, or 19th foul, fifth on Bruckheim, as they're going to have to get some help from their bench now. As Taylor Smith's first free throw is up and good. Smith, handful of dribbles, second free throw up is no good, and the floorboard's going to come down to, I'm not sure who the foul's on here. The foul is on Academy Park. A little confusion as we've had a choppy couple of minutes to start this quarter here. Confusion at the scorer's table amongst the referees. I'm always confused, so no surprise there, but I think we got it all sorted out as we're under 7 minutes to play, 35-28. And it's going to be Janiyah Thomas at the free throw line with a chance to cut this to a 5-point lead. And it is 1-1. First free throw is up, and it is way off. And it's going to be Taylor Smith with the rebound. She gives it to the point guard, Jackson. Jackson looking to take it the whole way. Can't get the layup to fall. Now Norristown with the basketball. Emily Schools. As they go underneath, we're going to have an offense. Oh, they're going to call a block. It certainly looked like an offensive foul. Cy Evans off the feed from Schools. Looked like she was going to be charged with an offensive foul. But I guess she was moving, and she's going to go to the free throw line for 2 free throws. So Cy Evans got 2 free throws. The first one is up, and the first one is no good. And the Eagles have missed numerous opportunities at the free throw line tonight. Numerous opportunities to even be tied or leading this game had they taken advantage of the free throw. Still another one for Evans. It is up, and it is no good. Can't get the roll. And the floorboard comes down to Taylor Smith. And Smith looking to push it herself. Hands it off to Flores. Flores to Jackson. As Fleming was calling for the basketball, she was unguarded. Now Smith with the layup. Can't get it, but Fleming can't get the offensive putback. Now it's Emily Schools with the ball. She'll push for Norristown. As she looks to try to get something going, she finds Wise. Wise, three-pointer up, short. As Norristown has gone cold over the course of the last 5 minutes here. Now Flores to Jackson. Jackson underneath. Can't get the layup to go. Last touch by Norristown. As good defense there by Cy Evans. 5:58 to play. 35-28. A 7-point lead for the Knights of Academy Park. Now Jackson thought about three, gets to Smith in the corner. That three is up. It is no good. Rebound comes down to Evans. As both teams have gone cold over the course of the last 5 minutes of this basketball game. What a great time for Norristown to get hot, as we are under 6 minutes to play. It's Wise. The hook shot is up. It's no good, and the rebound comes down. And another jump ball. Yet another jump ball. This one will go Academy Park's way. So now the Knights with possession of the basketball and a 7-point lead. We are in the fourth quarter. We are under 6 minutes to play. Jackson, almost a reach-in foul. Needs some help. She gets it to Taylor Smith. Smith never shy about shooting. Can't get that to fall. And the floorboard is last touched by Norristown, as Tiana Bird was unable to corral that rebound. So it's Fleming, and now another foul. Another foul on Norristown. These aren't necessarily good fouls, I would call them, as they're not preventing baskets. They're not in the act of shooting, but with the foul trouble Norristown's in, they're going to send Anissa Fleming to the line for a couple of free throws here. And slowly but surely, time beginning to become an issue for Norristown as we approach the 5-minute mark of this fourth quarter. First free throw is off the window and in. And once again, was that meant to be? Who knows? Second free throw is in perfectly. So that leads me to believe the first one again was luck. 37-28. Eagles trail by 9 in desperate need of a field goal. And it's going to be Shania Thomas aggressively taking the ball to the hoop, unable to get it to fall, but she will go to the free throw line as both teams are in the penalty now. Both teams are also in the double bonus. And that looks like that's going to be it for Anissa Fleming. That is her 5th personal foul. And Academy Park, which is thin on the bench, is going to have to rely on their bench to navigate through the final 5 minutes and 12 seconds of this game. And not sure if we have a timeout or an injury here, but some confusion here. And the coach has just been assessed a technical foul, as Ron Bright has gotten a technical foul as he wanted his team, the referee wanted the team out on the court. Referee wanted the team out on the court. Coach wanted, I believe he had 15 seconds to send his players out there. He disregarded the referee's first and second attempts to get his team out near the free throw line. And so it's going to result in a couple of free throws for Norristown. First free throw is short. And you have a very, very upset Ron Bright now on the sideline for Academy Park, as Shania Thomas desperately needs to try to sink one of these, bring the Eagles a little bit closer. And she misses that one badly. And once again, the Eagles at the free throw line really, really struggling. And now Academy Park making their presence known here in the Eagles gymnasium. As the last couple minutes of this game have really dragged on here. Now it's Schools at the free throw line. She can't get it to fall. As consecutive misses now for the Eagles, as they just have not taken advantage of the free throw at all. She is able to get one to fall, and that'll cut it to a 7-point lead. But with that technical foul, the Eagles will have possession of the basketball. And once again, time becoming a factor now for the Eagles as we approach the 5-minute mark of this quarter. Wise with the basketball. Nearly lost it. Now gets it. Gives it out to Schools. Wide open three. Can't get it to fall. Just not meant to be from the free three-point line tonight for the Eagles. And now a 2-on-1 for the Academy Knights Park Knights is going to result in a layup, and it's back to a 10-point lead as we are under 5 minutes to play. And Schools nearly lost it on the reach-in by Jackson. And we're going to get a timeout by head coach Rich Fisher. Didn't like what he saw offensively. But the Eagles have had terrific looks from the three-point line all night, have just been unable to get anything to fall here. And they have struggled mightily since the mid part of this third quarter, as they drew within 5 points. But when you go cold offensively, it can often seal your doom. So here we go, Eagles trailing by 10. They have the basketball. And it's going to be Taj Wright with the ball. And she throws it to number 14, Amari Wise, who couldn't hold on to it. Here come the Knights. Jackson underneath, throws it away. Oh, deflected off of Norristown, they're going to say, so it'll stay Knight basketball. And don't be surprised to see the Knights maybe pull the ball out and work a little bit of clock, leading by 10 with 4 minutes and 30 seconds left. No shot clock in high school basketball, much to the benefit now for the Knights. But they saw a shot, they liked it, they took it. Missing it from the corner was Flores, and the Eagles will retain possession of the basketball. As Ashley Schools checks back in, Dominic Mansfield heads out. Schools looks to try to get something going for Norristown. She's going to pull up for three, and she's going to miss. Follows her own rebound, can't get it, but Taj right now with the basketball. Another three, another miss. And that's now going to be Academy Park basketball. And I don't have the figures in front of me, but the shooting percentage from the Eagles from the three-point line tonight is woeful. Woeful. As is the free throw percentage, as this game, still 3 minutes and 50 seconds left to play, certainly was winnable and still is winnable. But just a couple of made free throws and open threes gives the Eagles a much better chance to win this game. But we're going to have a foul now on Emily Schools. And that's going to send Gabrielle Jackson to the free throw line. Just a second on Schools, but again, both teams over the limit. So Gabrielle Jackson at the free throw line. First free throw is up, and it is no good. Strong on the first one. And Janiah Thomas checking back into the game, and she's going to check in again for the unknown number 3. We'll have to find out who number 3 is for tomorrow's broadcast. Second free throw is up and no good. Can Norristown get the rebound? No, they cannot. As it is Taylor Smith. Now to Jackson. And we have 3:30 left to play, and Norristown trying to put a little bit of pressure on the Knights here. And looks like the Knights are content to work the ball around the perimeter as Taylor Smith then took it to the hoop. Couldn't get it to go, but she will go back to the free throw line. And what has been a very choppy fourth quarter so far. Still 3 minutes and 24 seconds left to play. First free throw again is no good. And just as Norristown could be much more in this game if they made their free throws, Had Academy Park made their fair share, this might be a laugher. So another try for Taylor Smith at the free throw line. Gets that to go. There's now a 40-29 Academy Park lead. And another steal by Jackson. She's going to take it straight to the hoop. Can't get the layup to fall, but the layup where a rebound comes down. And now another attempt, but now Norristown with the basketball, and they'll look to push. It's School. She's going to have to let it hoist. A three. Got it to go. Ashley Schools ends the drought for Norristown, and it's now a 40-32 game. Norristown trails by 8. We are under 3 minutes left. And now the Knights in no particular hurry at all as they look to work it inside. They do get a layup, a shot, no good. Rebound, and now we're going to get a foul. As number 24, Kyessa Cunningham, got her own rebound. When she went to the ground, the referees were really forced to call a foul. Oh, never not. I must have misread that. They called travel. So it's Norristown with the basketball. And now Schools, Emily Schools. Can she do what her sister just did? She's thinking about it. She's looking for an open look. She's going to throw up a shot, no good. Rebound comes down to Academy Park. 2:30 to play. The deficit is 8. Norristown in desperate need of a stop or a steal. And now they're going to get a layup opportunity, and getting it to fall was Taylor Smith as Norristown fell asleep on the back end there. And it is still a 10-point lead. Now Taj Wright taking it to the hoop, can't get the layup to go. And a foul now on Janiah Thomas. And it's going to send Academy Park to the free throw line. And maybe with these free throws, dashing the hopes of the Eagles tonight, who fought valiantly for much of this game after a slow start. But just some cold outside shooting and cold free throw shooting has really just nipped any chance they had to eat into this deficit. Cunningham's first free throw is no good. The bank was unkind there, unlike how it was earlier on 2 long threes that went off the backboard and in, and a free throw off the backboard and in. As you certainly say, the bounces have gone Academy Park's way tonight, and it's going to be Norristown basketball as the ball is last touched by Academy Park. So it's Wise with the basketball, and she throws it away. As the umpteenth steal for Gabrielle Jackson tonight as she tries to be trapped by Norristown. They're able to give it up to Taylor Smith. Taylor Smith back to Jackson. Under 2 minutes to play. And we'll see if Norristown starts to foul. As now Flores, she throws it up, can't get it to go. Norristown with the rebound. Now Wise throws it ahead, and another steal by Academy Park. And some sloppy play now. Looks like, what are we going to have? Going to get a timeout before the shot. As head coach Ron Bright called timeout, I guess before the shot. Looked like that shot might have been up before that timeout was called, but the timeout is granted with 1:37 left as he's going to school his players on proper way to play this last 1 minute and 37 seconds. So Academy Park is going to inbound the basketball on the baseline left. They have 1:37 between them and their first victory of the year. The Norristown Eagles, who've played much better than they did Friday night in their loss at PW. Still some room for improvement here for the Eagles. But they'll look to try to cut into this 10-point lead, but just 1:30 to do so. And Taj Wright guarding the quick point guard, Gabrielle Jackson. Jackson hands off to the other. Jackson throws it away. Now another opportunity for the Eagles is on the layup. Can't get it to fall for the Eagles, and now they'll turn it back and go the other way. Academy Park with the basketball. Taylor Flores finds Jackson. Free throw layup up, no good. Hits the deck hard, but she'll get up and she'll go to the free throw line for 2 more free throws. Norristown foul on Taj Wright, just her first. Gabrielle Jackson's first free throw is up and good. Second free throw is up. That is also good. So 2 more free throws at the line for Gabrielle Jackson as they continue to put on some pressure here. The Eagles have struggled with this pressure since Brookheim has been out of this game. And we're going to have another foul call down here. Not sure who it's on. It looks like it's going to be on Norristown. And it's going to send Taylor Flores to the free throw line. Flores' first free throw is up and good. And some more substitutions by Norristown. Just 1:06 left to play. We'll see how the last minute is played here, as the result of this game is not much in doubt right now. It is now a 14-point lead. And mistakenly taking the ball out of bounds was Lachey Jackson, but it is Norristown's basketball. Well, it was Norristown's basketball. It's yet another turnover. And Norristown really struggling inbounding the basketball since Brookheim has been taken out of this basketball game. Norristown will call off the Dogs, and it looks like Academy Park will as well, as they're content to dribble this out. But if they do come out, it's going to make her make a move, and it does, and it's going to lead to a layup opportunity. Can't get it to go, but they pull it back out. As Flores finds Victoria Natali. Natali has the ball taken away by Emily Schools, and her layup is going to be no good. Couldn't get it to go, but it's going to be Taj Wright, and now a wrestle on the ground for the basketball. We're going to have a travel, as it was Gabrielle Jackson who ended up with the basketball but rolled around. That's a travel. So just 28.8 seconds left in this basketball game. Emily Schools inbounds to her twin sister for 3, no good. Rebound comes down to Academy Park. So just 18 seconds left, and we'll see if Norristown is content with just letting Academy Park dribble out, as they're not trying to foul. And just 7 seconds left, and that's going to do it. 4, 3, 2, 1. And that is it. And your final score from the Norristown High School Gymnasium: the Academy Park girls basketball team defeats the Norristown Area High School Eagles 46-32. Good evening, folks.